Hi, everybody. It's the dental assistant tutor here, and today I would like to talk about diversity. It's something very dear to my heart. I have experienced it firsthand myself when I went into work one weekend after a weekend, and it was so happy to be October, and I had dyed my hair black, and it was cute. My mother is was Italian, and I wanted to look more like her. When I went to the lab, the doctor looked at me and said, Teresa, you're bothering my spirit. I said, what do you mean? And he's like, well, it happens to be that looks goth, and it just bothers me. And you look beautiful any other time, but I don't like the black. And me being emotional, and I was actually going through something in my personal life at the time, I pretty much told him how I felt, that I was trying to be more like my mother. I am far from golf, okay? And no offense, but that's just not me. And I have black hair, and so he wanted me to go home and dye my hair back to being blonde because most everybody in the office was blonde. Well, needless to say, years later, after I dealt with, your heart being broken from, previous jobs a time or two, I found out that he was actually having an office affair at the office with a employee who happened to be his best friend's wife, the wife of his best friend. It's just crazy. So anyway, that doesn't matter. The problem is, you know, I was discriminated because I dyed my hair black. As a dental instructor, I've had students come to me and say, I don't know why I'm not getting hired. And I said, well, why don't you just reach out and write an email and say, what could I have done better in that interview? Doesn't hurt to ask, right? They might respond, they may not respond. And what was cool about it was the doctor did respond because this is a very, it was, she was very good in class. And I was just stunned by it, like baffled, like, why are you not getting hired yet? And the response was, because you have a tattoo on the back of your neck. Oh, and that's not what they wanted in their office. That makes sense for them. So I told her, wear your hair down, wear turtlenecks, something, cover it up. Even found a makeup for her that she can put on it. And you know what? She got hired and she is working. In fact, she moved on to another job that is very good for her and she's doing awesome. So I just want to say I've seen discrimination among dental professionals firsthand with myself, with my students. I've also had a student of a different religion and she was not getting hired and was kind of treated cold when it came to externship because she had to wear her wrap. Okay. And it's funny to me nowadays, everybody has to wear wrap. You see what I'm saying? So, because she didn't get hired because of her religion, I know that for a fact. Okay. We just know things in the dental world in our dental communities. I've had students get expelled from school because they've had issues with attendance. I get that. But I do feel there was some places that I taught at that had a discrimination against different races. And I've stood my ground with administrators at prestige schools and let them know what they were doing was terribly wrong. I once heard of a student who was thinking about killing herself. And as a dental instructor, just like a teacher, you want to make sure they go home and they come back to you the next day. As I did this for the student, the same person that had a issue with race wanted me to hold on to a plaque for a month because I did a good deed and recognition. And it was so bizarre. It was so wrong. No, it's just about saving someone's life. And it did help her. And I actually ran into her to a local store recently. And it was a blessing to see her because you know you have those students that you think about sometimes. So I know firsthand that there are discriminations out there. I know there's firsthand that there was a time I didn't get a position because I wouldn't wear stilettos at a dentist's office and jeans and a t-shirt. And I wasn't in that age bracket. It does happen. But not every dentist is like this, not every office manager is like this. And I just wanted to shed some more light on diversity, as I've had subscribers share with me time and time again how this is helping them and that they are seeing a change. So I want to continue speaking out so we can have that change. And it wasn't just, you know, about race, and it wasn't just about hair color, but it's also about gender. And there are some issues with that. And I was blessed by John Hatfield when I reached out to him. I asked him, because he doesn't really know me from Adam when it comes to doing my videos. And he trusted in me, and I appreciate that, to share his experience as a male dental assistant, which I have taught male dental assistants as well. And I thought, okay, um, grown way back when I was young and not realizing some things. I remember I had a black student out of prison, age 50, okay, and I'm in the inner city and heavy set. And I came from a background where everybody was just pretty much prim and proper. And I thought, wow, I hope he gets a job. And I did all that I could for him as an instructor. And do you know, I'm happy to say he was hired by a male dental assistant who took him under his wing, and they even went golfing together. So, and that really put it in perspective for me when I worked at the school that, you know what, it depends on the employer. Who are they willing to hire? Who are they willing to give a chance to? And some, unfortunately, are wanting the young and the fast, and, there comes a thing with experience. So, what I want to say is go with what your heart tells you, what your gut tells you when you're hiring. Don't go by eye candy. Don't go by, what you think could or could not happen, or how you can maybe not afford to give them a raise, so they'll be gullible. They'll be the gullible one to be, go ahead and hire them because they will never ask you for a raise. They seem kind of timid. Don't go for those things. A lot of dental assistants, dental hygienists, they're all talking. And we know that there is a difference out there, and we need to keep making that difference. And I hope this helps somebody and just make a change in how you've been thinking. And if you're a student, never get discouraged because, like I have recently, shared so many different achievements by great dental assistants and dental professionals of all different uh, sex, hair color, race, religion. So if there's a will, there's a way, and don't let no one tell you no. Okay? If one door's shut, it wasn't meant for you. You keep going till you get a yes, just like Mr. Hatfield did. So without any longer, watch the clip, enjoy it. If you've already seen it, it's good to watch it again. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to meet with me on Zoom to do a dental Pictionary game, then come join me. I'm going to be playing for about 40 minutes one day. So, all dental assistant students, come join me. Play Zoom. Let me test you. See how you're doing. Go back and show your instructor what you've learned and play with them. Bye.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is John Hatfield, and I am a dental assistant for just over 25 years now. I actually am a military trained Air Force dental assistant, joined right out of high school. My father was actually in the Air Force and kind of pushed me into that route. And, I took the testing, talked to the recruiter, and did well in medical. So I said, listen, I need a trade. I need something I can use, and ultimately this is what we landed on. So for me, started dental assisting a while back, and of course in the military there's a lot of 50-50 mix of male and female dental assistants, but then once you get on the outside, it's a completely different ball game. It is 99.8, I believe, percent female dominated field. So it has been a learning curve and an adjustment from day one. So real quick, I'm going to talk to you about that. So for me, right out of the gate, first year civilian dental assisting, I had to deal with some adversity as far as some of the patients calling me not so pleasant names. Definitely a lot of derogatory gay names, if you will. And from there, over the years, as I gained experience, I've tried applying for other jobs. And adversity wise, oral surgery seems to be one of the niches I just can't get into because, I've been told face to face, hey, I don't think that it's a good idea. I'm a male oral surgeon, you're a male oral assistant, and for us to be working together on passed out females, it's not going to mix. So, that was a huge letdown. I've been told that a couple times, but I have, in the opposite way, I have gotten jobs before just for being a male because I didn't know it at the time, but eventually, this dentist, after I was working there a couple years, he was casually telling a patient that, the reason why he hired me was because, he was newly engaged at the time, and he just felt it was easier than trying to, go home every night and talk to his soon-to-be wife, and listen to her talk about this female in the office. He went ahead and hired a male. So, that was one of those eye-opening experiences. But, for the most part, I wouldn't change anything. Being a male, it's unique. Some offices love the diversity of it because, supposedly we're less drama, in some cases drama free, as opposed to having an all-female office. I've worked in all-female offices before, and being the only guy, it's pretty unique. It has that unicorn effect. So, certainly, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook. I'm actually one of the co-founders and admin on the Dental Assistants Worldwide group. Or feel free to drop an email, dentalassistantsworldwide@gmail.com. So I hope this helps. And like I said, you have questions, let me know. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you soon.
I'd like to take a moment now that you've watched this and remind everybody that on the website you will find employment opportunities and you will find extra income opportunities on the web pages. Don't forget that there are free CEs, dental jokes, you name it. Check out the links below, and thanks again for watching.